trivia question from before the break. Prior to the January 2025 winter storm, can you recall Wilmington's last significant snowfall? Well, it was in January of 2018, so 7 years earlier. Congratulations if you selected A. Welcome back to Shootin' the Breeze Best of 2025. Shootin' the Breeze Forecaster's Notebook segment stayed strong here in 2025. And in episode 22, which dropped back in March, we took you into the forecasting process for advection fog. Clouds are just great to look at in the sky, but they can be disruptive when they form at ground level. In this Forecaster's Notebook segment, a profile of a special kind of fog that frequents the Cape Fear region in late winter and early spring. Advection fog. A warm air mass passing over the still chilly ocean is our most common recipe for advection fog to condense out of the lower atmosphere. Ingredients I look for advection fog are a day that's as warm or warmer than the previous day, a dew point temperature near or above the ocean surface temperature, and a southerly wind to transport or advect those maritime fog banks into the intracoastal waterway. It can be cruel if you don't expect it. I've seen days where it's sunny and 75 degrees in Wilmington. At the same time, it's foggy and 55 at Johnny Mercer's Pier. Advection fog happens lots of other places too. In the Midwest in wintertime, bouts of warmer southerly winds over snowpack can generate advection fog. And San Francisco Bay is famously foggy from this advection process, largely because that part of the Pacific Ocean stays cold even through summer. And we kept the Forecaster's Notebook open in episode 23 of Shootin' the Breeze, which dropped in May. On the doorstep of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, the occasion was right to draw lessons from the brutal Carolina hurricane Helene, still very fresh in our minds from 2024. Name a major hurricane that delivered its deadliest and signature impacts to North Carolina, but that made its landfall in a state other than North Carolina. I can only name one, and I don't have to dig deep into the history books to do it. I'm talking about Hurricane Helene from late September 2024. After landfalling on the Florida Panhandle on the 26th, Helene launched north and northwest into an upper low pressure system camped over the Tennessee Valley. The resulting scenes from the Carolina mountains were horrific then and still on some level, I think, surreal to look at today. Helene's setup was meteorologically similar to that of Floyd 25 years earlier, in that the upper low set conditions for excessive rainfall prior to the actual arrival of the core of the hurricane. And I think it's a very safe bet that Helene would have ended up on the all-time rainers list for the Cape Fear region if its track was just 200 miles or so east. But there was one forecast factor, one rainfall driver that we on the coastal plain never have to worry about that the mountains do. It's called orographic lift. Orographic meaning of or related to mountains, and lift hearkening to a weather system driving air into and forcing it to lift over tall ranges like the Blue Ridge and the Black and Smoky Mountains. Orographic lifting is one of meteorology's most efficient ways to generate the cooling and condensation needed to create or enhance precipitation. Imagine a hurricane like Helene with tens upon tens of billions of gallons of rainwater to begin with, getting extra help from a mountain. Terrain made Helene's flash flooding just that much more catastrophic. This hurricane season, trust your First Alert weather team to gauge the flash flood threat from storms on TV and on your WECT weather app. Shooting the Breeze episode 24, which dropped in July, was also hurricane-centric, as 2025 marked the 70th anniversary from one of North Carolina's worst hurricane years ever. This storm anniversary segment might be better named Storms Anniversary, as Shooting the Breeze highlights the infamous 1955 Atlantic hurricane season, in which not one, not two, but three hurricanes landfalled in North Carolina. Connie opened the trio in hitting Carteret County in August. Then there was Diane's September strike in New Hanover, and later in the same month, Ione slugged the southern Outer Banks. Even worse, these flooding and damaging storms piled on our state that was still reeling from Hurricane Hazel's horrific Cat 4 lashing from the previous October. By the way, I urge you to check out episode 19 for Hazel's riveting storm anniversary if you haven't done that already. In all, 4 North Carolina hurricane landfalls occurred within a 365-day span from 1954 to 55. So, what are the lessons? Mama Nature's not fair. Statistics have extremes. History proves hurricanes aren't always a one-and-done phenomenon, and recovery always needs to be balanced with vigilance and preparedness. Thankfully, the wicked 3 and 4 storm progression of 70 years ago hasn't been repeated since. But there was a year when 2 Cape Fear landfalls occurred. That was 1996 with Bertha and Fran. Episode 24's trivia question was a quick one. Give it a try as we head to break. How many hurricanes does an average Atlantic hurricane season produce? Your answer when Shooting the Breeze Best of 2025 returns. Shooting the Breeze was honored to take first place for original digital video in the 2025 RTDNAC Awards. The Radio Television Digital News Association of the Carolinas is dedicated to showcasing the best of broadcast and digital journalism in the region. This year's award-winning segment was Shooting the Breeze with Hurricane Hazel survivor and Channel 6 journalist Roland Register. And you can find it on episode 19 of Shooting the Breeze, which debuted in October of 2024.